It is a story about experiential retail. I love the line it pulled out, just saying this is not about building gimmicky, unsustainable sideshows. It's not about staging profitless pits of novelties or condescending to a new generation of consumers with selfie walls and VR headsets. When you took a look at this story, Dan, what thoughts jumped to your mind?
Well, I mean, first thing first, Doug Stevens, the retail prophet. I have no idea, self-professed or not, but Doug Stevens, retail prophet, always has, really great insight and takeaways like this, gimmicky VR. I mean, this is pure Doug Stevens stuff. And I think that what this article really pulled out was that there is no need for this gimmicky, profitless, staging of experiential retail. That it just doesn't exist that way. Never has it existed that way. I'm also going to say Doug Stevens was the one that talked about brick and mortar being a way to capture your audience, to capture customers. It was a medium or an advertising mechanism, a marketing mechanism, to gain market share, to gain customer audience. And so as we start to talk about customer experience, you've heard me say this over and over and over again, customer experience is everything. If your store can't raise the profile of experience, if you can't change how the customers feel in your store, you're doomed. You're destined for HBC. And I think in retail, experience can be defined as simply as how you make customers feel in your store, whether that's brick and mortar or digital. And experiential retail has been around for a very long time. They talked about the rise, this article talked about the rise of, experiential retail or experiential retail in 2018-19, and 20 being the killer of that or the downfall. Well, that's just so inaccurate. It's so far from the reality. It's crazy. This idea of changing a customer's experience in your store has been around for a very long time. And it really began with sensory stimulation. And retailers, specifically in the home goods world, were very, very good at taking customers to another place. We're not so good at that in fashion. Some of our sporting goods stores are doing a way better job. And this whole idea, that experiential retail has evolved to has become try before you buy.
Right.
That's it. Try on the clothing, try the hockey stick, try the golf club. That's experiential retail. And when we look back at how that began, it began with sensory stimulation, sights, sounds, smells. We pump smell into our retail store to take customers to another place. If we were selling beach furniture, selling cottagey furniture, we wanted the room to smell like the beach, like sand, like suntan lotion. And we sold a ton of wicker furniture. When we wanted to sell leather-bound books, I have many of, by the way. When we wanted to sell our leather-bound books and leather furniture, we made that room smell like, cigars and deep burgundy, port smells. That's experience. When you can walk into a room and displace yourself or replace yourself into another spot, into another place. And that's what retail is supposed to be about. How do we allow that customer to move through that buying phase, that dreaming and exploring phase without sensory stimulation, which is all about experiential retail. And it is in no way, shape, or form dead. It's only gonna get better.
Yeah.
And not with selfie walls. I mean, selfie walls are fun. That's it. There's no experience to it.
I look at the things that he will say he's picked on in this line that as not equaling the experience. And I look at these as these are the wedge opportunities. Like these are the things that will start it, but by no means do not rely on it as the experience. So it starts the opportunity, but then it's so much more. And that's your opportunity as the retailer to really So don't think you build that one selfie wall in your store and then sit back and, well, I gave a great experience. You know,
I know, and we heard this, Rob. We heard this, you know, back in March, April, May, June, the way that people were trying to transition their stores. Oh, they're building I added a selfie wall. Good for you.
Yep.
You know, if it's not the wings in downtown Nashville or, you know, the great colored walkways, are they really going to get you anywhere? And is that what you want from your customer? No, that's not about her. That's about you. Let's make this about her. Let's improve her experience with the ideas of certainly some technology to try before you buy, certainly sensory stimulation. This is what you're going to look like at that party. This is what you're going to look like if there's ever going to be a party again.
Yeah.